Energy 106.7 at 6:47. It's time for the Total Choice Community Voice, sponsored by Total Choice Shipping and Printing. And on the phone this morning, we have Austin Jones for Alicia Blankenfeld, and Austin is with Grinnell State Bank. Good morning, Austin. Did you have a good weekend?
Yeah, it was a nice, beautiful weekend. I was able to get outside and enjoy it.
Good. Good for you. Well, I know this is a weird time for everyone, and including you guys. You must have a lot of questions coming your way, and we'd love to hear what's new for you at Grinnell State Bank.
Well, yeah, the big thing is the Paycheck Protection Program that came to us. Actually, it started April 3rd, the first round of money that was made available. Went very quickly, and it was a real challenge for all of us because the banks actually are the funding of these loans. The SBA and the government set the rules, but the banks are loaning their own money out to the businesses, and we have to put together loan documents and the application process and follow the SBA rules on how to do that. So we had to pull together our teams and staff on how to do that. It's very interesting. We typically do about 40 loans in a month, and we had over 150 applications in a few days.
Wow!
Have to go through and submit those to the SBA on their platform, and you'll remember everybody trying to do their health care a few years ago when the government throws a website up. It has a few bugs, and it was a real challenge.
I bet.
Wow. But now Congress has a second round, and if people want to get that, what's the procedure they go through, Austin?
Well, for Grinnell State Bank and most banks, I think we have an application process that's available. You need to reach out to your bank, ask them what their process is. You'll need to pull some documents together, payroll records from last year. If you go to our website, you can find the process and the application. There is an SBA application that needs to be filled out, and you gather that information. You work with your banker. When you submit that information, they'll go through underwriting, review the app and the information that's provided, make sure that it meets all the criteria, and then we'll submit it to the SBA on their online system. And once that system, the SBA has been doing a great job of getting those applications approved rather quickly. So once that's done, the loan document has to be prepared, and you have to get with your banker. Now with these coronavirus, you don't meet in the office, but a lot of times electronic signatures can be done, and the form needs to be signed, and then the money is deposited right to your account. And so it's a very slick process once it's done, but it's gathering that information that's critical.
So let's say you're not approved, then do you have to go through the whole process again? Do you discuss it with your banker? What happens at that point, Austin?
Well, if the SBA does not approve the loan, it can be for a number of reasons. Basically, you don't have the proper documentation, you don't have the proof, the payroll records. Really, I haven't. The only applications that we've filed that didn't get approved were the ones that ran out of time. And when you have 170 applications like we did, and our staff was cranking them through the online system, and the money ran out. And so then those applications, when we came to the second round, will be on the top of the stack, and we'll start entering them. So basically, it's getting to your bank as early as possible, making sure that the criteria is met, and the banker will be able to, your loan officer will be able to assist you with that and get those things put together.
One other question. Times are tough for a lot of people, and not just people who have small businesses. Certainly we're sympathetic to them, and hopefully the government can come to their rescue. But there have been people who've been laid off and furloughed and whatnot. Is a personal loan at this point a good idea to get from a banker, a financial institution?
Sure. I mean, that's one of the critical things that's kind of going on right now is people are losing their jobs and looking at cutting unnecessary expenses and looking at those problems. Everybody should have their financial team, a banker, an insurance agent, a financial advisor, CPA, an attorney. And you can sit down and you call those people, and they'll kind of give you advice and the best way to move forward and assist you. But a banker can really sit down, go through your cash flow, look at your expenses. There's home equity lines of credit. They're a really efficient way of can get a lower interest rate. So if you have undue debts from other things that are higher interest rates, finding that banker to sit down, a community banker, can really help you chart a course so that you can get through this difficult time. And loans can help, but actually looking to find where expenses that could be cut can really help as well.
I think a lot of people have subscriptions and things like that we forget about that are, they come every month or however often. So getting those canceled if they're not necessary at this time is probably a good way to start.
Exactly. I mean, finding those undue expenses. Unfortunately, when the restaurants are shut down, we want to support our local restaurateurs and as much as possible. But a lot of times there's those meals when we go out and eat could be expenses that could be cut, or you have high rate interest rate debt on some credit cards or things like that you could actually pay off and use your home's equity to help lower that interest rate. And then you get some tax deductibility if you're going and filling out taxes, if that might be able to help. And interest rates are actually very low right now, and so refinancing your mortgage or talking to your banker about other options might be a great thing. Interest rates are extremely low right now, and they're probably going to go up with all the stimulus and money that's been thrown into the market. Inflation and higher interest rates are a variable that could be occurring over the next few years. So now's the time to try and lock in those lower interest rates if you can do it.
Well, I know that it's a lot. It's a lot of information, and for me, hearing you talk about all of this, it's like, man, I feel behind. I don't know what's happening, but luckily there are professionals like you out there that can help walk us through all of this.
Exactly. You need to find, you've got to have your financial team. You have to have those 5 people that I say: your banker, an insurance agent, a financial advisor, a CPA, and attorney. You need to get those people. They're all out there. They're willing to help. You get those 5 people, and you can be the coach, and you can run those guys, and they'll work for you, and they'll really assist. This is a trying and scary time, but it's not unsurmountable. We're going through a period of time where things are happening that have never happened before, and there's a lot of uncertainty. That's where it's great to have a second ear, a third ear, or something like that you can talk to and help you through this, because we'll all make it through, and we will come out on the other side.
Absolutely.
Austin, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
So happy to do it. Thanks, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Austin Jones from Grinnell State Bank on the Total Choice Community Voice.
What makes a community special? People like you that volunteer time or donate to a cause. Hi, this is Alicia from Total Choice Shipping and Printing in Grinnell. It takes a total effort. We are right there with you. If you need printed material for your event, our professional graphic design team will take your idea from concept to creation. The finished piece will turn out even better than you imagined. We'll even help get the word out on radio. See us at Total Choice Shipping and Printing in Grinnell and online at totalchoicegrinnell.com.